All right, so let's do one last problem here for this section. So it says a graph to the right which shows the percentage of planted acres of genetically engineered soybeans from 2000 to 2010, where X is the number of years after 2000. The growth is modeled by that function there, Y equals 11 squared root of X plus 50. And we're supposed to find Y when X is 0, 6, and 10. And so that's what we'll do first. And then after that, we're supposed to interpret what does X equal 10 mean. And then after that, what happens if you use this equation to estimate the percentage in 1990. All right, so starting with A, we have what basically we want to do is we want to say, let's call it f of 0 is equal to what? Well, that's going to be 11 times the square root of 0 plus 50. And so that's going to be just plain old 50. Okay. And then f of 6 is equal to 11 times the square root of 6 plus 50. Now, I don't know what that is. And the next one, we're going to go write this down. And then f of 10 equals 11 square root of 10 plus 50. And so we'll work on those on our calculator. And so we have 11, and then we have square root of 6 outside plus 50, and that gave us 76.9. And then if we go back in, and instead of 6, we use 10, we get 84.78. So 77 and 85, we'll use those numbers because I'm pretty sure they're going to want us to have whole numbers here. So what was that? 77 and 85. Okay. And the reason why, because it looks like we don't have any decimals here, and that's going to be what we're looking at. Because, if we plug in 6, we should be, roughly, about 77. We're just going to go with whole numbers. So B says interpret when X equals 10. So we can say in, what year is that? Well, that's in 2010, about 85% of soybeans that were planted were genetically modified. Okay. So that would be what that means for X equals 10. And so then in 6, which would be 2006, about 77% were, and at time 0 is about 50% of them. Okay. Now C, what happens in 1991? Well, in 1991, well, that's going to be what? Well, we're going backwards 9 years. So then X is equal to a minus 9. Well, we can't take a square root of minus 9, and so the percent can't be estimated, because it would become an imaginary number, and that just doesn't make sense. So that's as far back as we can go, because that's where how the graph was set up and how the model was set up. And so because of that, then we're just done because we can't take the square root of the negative 9. All right, so that's all I have for this section. Hopefully that helps.